good with y'all, man? Back at the park. New park. New video, new park, man. But look, I'm making this video because, look, don't take anything I say in this video as gospel. Don't take it as doctrine, bro. I just want to, like, spark thought. That's the reason I have this channel. I just want to spark thought. I don't care what you think. I just want you to think. Like, look, in this video, man, I'm going to talk about something. You've heard life, man. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing, like, situated. You've heard a lot of, like, metaphors for life. They say life's like a box of chocolates. If you've seen Forrest Gump, you never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a game. Life is a marathon. You could compare life to anything, but look, hear me out. Again, don't take this as gospel. It's just to get you to think, bro. I sat down, man, and I really thought life is like a maze, bro. Life is like a maze. Now, let me explain. We're all dropped into this maze, right? If you don't know what a maze is, it's literally like a puzzle. You got to figure it out, because I don't think life is like a game. There is no clear-cut winners and losers. It's not like it's gray. It's not black and white is what I'm saying, right? I feel like it's not like, oh, you almost won at life, but you lost. You're a loser. There is none of that. It's like, it's hard to really judge the progress or whatever, or measure, you know, your success or whatnot in life if you're a winner or loser or whatever, because we're all different. We're all very different. It's like saying if you were to go to hell, it's like God would be like, well, you almost made it to heaven, but that one day you messed up, so you're going to hell. It's like, bro, I feel like it's not that black and white, right? But look, I'm saying life's like a maze. You're dropped into a maze. You don't know why we're here. We don't know who we even are, what the maze is, what the purpose is. We just know we're in a maze. And we know that we gotta, for one, keep moving. The greatest mistake is standing still in this maze. Let me tell you that, because what if you've ever done a maze, right? And think of this as a maze, not like you're doing it on a cereal box or newspaper, but you're actually in a maze, dropped in the middle, right? You're not in you know, the sides. You're dropped in the smack dab in the middle. You don't know what kind of maze it is. You don't know anything that's around the corner. You just know you're in a maze. So first of all, you got to choose a route, right? You got to go, right? You're gonna reach dead ends. That's what a maze is. Think whenever you do a maze, you hit a wall, and then boom, you backtrack, right? You know that's not a wall, you forget about it, you go. That's not the route out, so I'm gone. I'm gonna choose a different route. I'm gonna go a different path. The number one thing people do, bro, in this world, in this reality, you know people who do it. We see people who do it every single day. They reach a wall and then they just sit. They're stuck, bro. They're literally stuck in this maze, in this reality. They're stuck. They hit a wall and they think that's it. That's their cap. They think that's their peak. That's their point. That's their purpose. They hit a wall. The first wall even that they hit, and boom, that's it. I'm going to settle down here. That's what they do. You know the reason why, bro, is because people care about people's opinions. That's like the number one thing that is detrimental to your growth as a human being, is you care what people think to the point that you're willing to influence your own life to appeal to others. People are not wanting to backtrack because they care what people think. First of all, in life, you have to backtrack. You have to. How do you expect to succeed? I said this before. It's like the universe will test you. Do you really want success? Because I feel like the only way to succeed is for you to be put in a position where it's like, I'm going to get judged. I'm going to get judged. People are going to hate on me. I'm going to be in a position of uncertainty. Yeah, because that's life. If you want to succeed, then you're going to be willing to go through that, to grow from it. At the very least, because the true people who understand success understand that there is beauty in the failure. There's beauty in the journey. It's like, I was watching this video, Kanye West was saying, it's like if you look at a mountain, and at the top of the mountain, there's all the keys and all the tools to get to the mountain. And you say, man, I want to get to the top of that mountain. I want to acquire all these tools and all these keys. And by the time you get there to the top of the mountain, you already have developed or acquired all these tools and these keys because you needed them to get to the top of the mountain. And then you realized that there was no pointing. It wasn't really getting to the top of the mountain that would get you the keys or whatnot. It was the journey. The reward was in the journey. You get what I'm saying? It's the same as this maze. It's like to escape this maze, right? First of all, you can't conform to anything. You got to make the maze conform to you. Spirituality, you trust your intuition. You trust yourself. You're not caring about what's around you. You got to understand it's like an illusion, bro. You're in this maze. It's an illusion. It's paths that were given to you. It's this illusion of freedom, of choice. Like, it's like in politics, they say, here, you could choose anyone, right? The people choose, right? All right, choose anyone. from A, B, or C, or from A or B. We choose from the candidates, but who chooses the candidates? Where does the candidates come from? Are we voting for the candidates? Or are we voting from the candidates that are given to us? It's the illusion of freedom, bro. It's like, here you are in this maze. Here's the path given to you. You can't carve your own path. It's once you realize that you are in a maze and you're not bound by these walls, literally, pun intended. You're not boxed in. You're not bound by these walls, bro. It's the illusion of freedom. You're not conforming to society. You're not conforming to the maze. The maze is conforming to you. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, but it starts with not caring. You have to backtrack. You have to take 2 steps, 3 steps, 5 steps backwards to take 100 steps forward. That's just the reality of it. Sometimes you have to rebuild. Literally, I had to rebuild. I had to break down everything I knew and start from the bottom because my foundation needs to be strong. I'm that much stronger. If I tried to like patch it up or whatnot and just keep going, like, bro, I would have fallen by now. Or I would fall in the future way easier, bro. I had to build a foundation through everything. Spirituality, NoFap, sober, and, you know, fighting my addictions and just different things, bro. We all have different demons. We all have different struggles. What I struggle with is maybe different from what you struggle with. But I had to literally rebuild, man. I had to backtrack to get successful because the route I was taking wasn't going to lead me to where I wanted to go. So I backtracked. Life is a maze. But, bro, the crazy thing is, the more you go on the right path, the more you will know the right path through your intuition. You will just trust yourself, this is the right path. Then it keeps going. Okay, this is the right path. This is the right path. Until you make it out. But you got to go through the maze. Everyone goes through the maze. The key is not getting stuck in the maze. Not getting stuck in this reality. Not getting stuck in a certain way of thinking. Not caring what people think. I said this before, bro. People aren't even real with themselves. They tell themselves a lie every single day. That the life they're living is for themselves, when in reality, the whole time they've been caring what other people think. They've been conforming to society. They're forcing themselves into a circular spot when they're a rectangle, when they're an octagon. They're a decagon and they're trying to fit into a square. How does that work? They're trying to shove themselves in and it's uncomfortable. It's not them. But over time, bro, they just fit in. They wash themselves down. They literally brainwash you to be a zombie. Literally, man. To be a clone, to be a minion. To be a robot, to convince yourself that you are paying your debt to society. You're going to school. You're doing the 9 to 5. You got to do it. It's required. Who said that? Where in the law of the universe does it say that you got to go to school? Bro, you know the funny thing about school is that I could go to the local university, walk in and get all the knowledge. The professors won't question who I am. I could walk in and write down and get all the knowledge that they're preaching. If you're really going to school for the knowledge, you don't have to pay for it. The thing is, you're paying for a diploma, for proof that you did it. You could be dumb as a box of rocks, but you got a diploma. That's all you're paying for is proof. It's your debt to society, and it still doesn't guarantee a job. You can see right through it. You can see right through it. And once you start to observe the maze from up top, you can see the paths, bro. You can dictate the routes that you want to go. But it's the same with the maze, man. You'll realize that the reward is in the journey. You get what I'm saying? You can't just spawn into the maze and just jump the wall. You gotta backtrack. You gotta hit some walls, bro. That's life. You gotta struggle. You gotta learn. It's like I said this in a video. I kind of feel like you have to go through the sin to really understand like the love of God, to understand the love of the universe. You gotta go through the repentance, through the being made whole again, through the, you know what I'm saying? Through, like, it's like, I know I'm on the right path, bro. Because I've been on the wrong path and I felt like the despair that comes with it. So I know, like, yo, right now I feel good. I feel like positive about the future. Like I can really make something out of myself, like legit, and it will happen soon. Like, no doubt. But you just can't conform to the universe, bro. That's the number one thing. You can't care. I feel like that's like the number one thing holding everybody back. And I'm still working on it, man. You can't care what people think. People will always judge you. You gotta understand. If you are if you care what a worldly thinker cares about, you'll adapt that same mentality. Perception is just perception. That's all it is. It's like a mirror. You're looking at what they're looking at. You're looking from their perspective, bro. And you'll adapt that same thing. They're washing you down. They're brainwashing you, bro. They wash down your goals, your purpose, your personality to conform to society. There's no point. You got to make a choice now. It's all about the action. Your thoughts aren't you, but your actions are you. What you act on is you. I don't care what you've done. I care about where you're heading. Your actions are you, man. But just understand, bro, the beauty, the reward, it's in the journey. It's in the struggle. There's ugliness and success. There's beauty in the struggle, bro. But life is like a maze. The way to leave, literally the way to leave is to realize that this maze is, you are conforming to the maze. When in reality, the maze should be conforming to you. There is no maze. It's an illusion, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to spark thought. Don't take this as gospel. Because people are always in my comments saying I'm the spawn of Satan and all this crazy stuff. I'm just here to spark thought, bro. You know what I'm saying? The greatest mistake is standing still. At least move somewhere. I don't care if you're moving in place. At least move, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't just stay still. People hit a wall and they give up. They stop. That's the number one thing in society, bro, because they care what people think. The fact that you won't take 2 steps backwards to propel yourself a mile forward because you care about so much about what people will say or think in those 2 steps that you're taking backwards. Bro, if you live a life with no risk, here's my thing since the day I was born, bro. I would always think, bro, I just don't want regrets when I lay on my deathbed. I don't want to think back and say, I should have went up and talked to her. I should have taken this risk. I should have done this. I should have done that. I don't want that, bro. So I'm going to take risk. I'm going to venture into the unknown. That's the beauty of life. You don't truly know until you've experienced it. And that's the thing with anxiety is that, man, you know the funny thing about anxiety is that you're literally telling your brain to prepare for something that will never happen. So naturally, yes, you will be anxious. You'll be on edge because you're anxious for something that won't happen. You're sitting at a date and you're worried that she might stand up and slap you. Bro, that will never happen. But since you're listing it as a realistic possibility, your brain's like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Because it believes you. It's like, yo, when's it going to happen? It's sitting there on edge and then you're overthinking. The second you overthink something, oh, bro, you're done. Just give up. Just start over. You're overthinking it. You're done. Your judgment is flawed. You could literally overthink unscrewing a water bottle. And 5 minutes in, you'll have a blowtorch and a freaking wrench trying to unscrew it. It's not complicated, bro. It's just my problem was always I'm inside my head too much. Y'all can probably relate. That's anxiety. That's depression. Right? But a lot of it comes from literally caring what people think. You wouldn't have anxiety if you didn't care what people think, because if that girl up and slapped you, okay, she did that, and now let's move on. At least you now know that she doesn't like you. She didn't lead you on. At least she was upfront about it. You got to look for the positive at least. Right? With depression, you wouldn't be depressed because you don't care about the past. If you don't care what people think, you realize a lot of these problems stem from literally other people. No one will be real with you. I will be real with you by telling you no one will be real with you. People are telling themselves a bold-faced lie in the mirror every day, and they think it's true. That's a sad thing. And you know what's even sadder, man? You know what's even sadder? Is that you could see someone so lost, but you care so much about what they think that you won't even try to guide them back to the right path because you don't want to offend them. So you'd rather let them walk around looking like a Dumbo, right? A chicken with their head cut off, literally running in no direction whatsoever, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. So you'll let them waste their life. It's crazy. That's humans for you right there. We care so much about people's feelings that we'll let them ruin their lives because we don't want to offend them. It's like, have you ever had like something on your face or in your teeth and someone will be like, yo, you have something in your teeth. You'll be like, yo, thank you for telling me. Like, you're not really offended. Like, you might be embarrassed, but you're like, yo, thanks for telling me. Like, I was walking around with this like all day. Like, my dad told me one time that he had shaving cream on like his chin or something like that. And that one of his friends before the day even started was like, yo, you have shaving cream. And I was like, dang, were you embarrassed? You know what he told me? He's like, no, like, that's how you know you have a real friend. That's how you know you have a true friend. Literally. A true friend will be like, yo, like, your shirt's on backwards. You look ridiculous. Like, get your shiz together right now. People will tell you a pretty lie. And people would much rather live a pretty lie than an ugly truth. That's just the fact of the matter. Look at the world we live in. We're trying to bandage up something that will never be fixed in this society, in this world, because we want something to look pretty. A lot of the times your family just wants you to go to college so they can say, my grandson goes to Duke University. He goes to UT Austin. They just want to say that. They want to say, my son works for Google. He works for Apple. He's a big corporation boy and he's going to do big things. No, he's not. He's a puppet. Hate to tell you, Grandma, but he's a puppet. But people care more about the worldly image of you than the actual you. Right? But I'm not conforming to anybody, bro. People are gonna conform to me. Society will conform to me. I'm speaking it into existence. I don't care what people think, bro. Tell yourself that every day. Do something to get uncomfortable every day. This is something I've been doing to try to get out of my comfort zone, because I don't talk to a lot of people, bro. I really don't. I'm like the purest definition of an introvert, bro. Like, I don't talk, man. Like, I would much rather just talk to myself in my head than talk to people. But here's the weird thing about me. I can do public speaking. I can talk in front of a camera, but I just can't talk like in a group. Like, the group dynamic throws me off. Like, if you give me a platform to speak, I'll speak. But it's hard for me to like intervene in a group or whatnot. It's just hard for me to understand like the social dynamics. I'm just not, because you can easily, like, I feel like I could be a social person. It's just I don't want to. I don't want to talk to people. I don't get anything out of it. It's small talk. It's nothing. It's literally nothing, bro. The words hold no weight. They hold no value, man. You know? No one, like, I don't know the last time, like, I have deep conversations, like, with people in my family, right? Because I know, like, it's a safe space. But with other people in this world, I don't know if maybe people are deep thinkers, but they just don't want to put themselves out. If they feel like me, where it's like they're just going to be alone. That's how I am. I'm going to just be alone. I'm fine with being alone, at least for the most part. Right now I am. I don't know how the future will be or whatnot, but right now I feel good being alone. I could be alone, bro. Alone at the park in nature, like, yeah, that's my Wednesday afternoon, bro. Like, it's fine with me. Like, that's my perfect Wednesday afternoon. Get some sun in me, get at the park, meditate, write in the journal. Like, bro, that's a Sunday afternoon, or that's any afternoon for me. I don't want to go to a party, really. I don't care to talk to anybody, man. But I need to get out of my comfort zone. So once a day, I try to do something to get me out of my comfort zone. Like anything, literally anything. I'll like go up to the cashier and just say something random, or like I'll like hit the folks while I'm in public, or dance, or like just do something that's like uncomfortable for me. Just to get out of the comfort zone, you know? Because I feel like it's once you realize that these, like I said with anxiety, you're on edge because you're thinking something bad's gonna happen. But I feel like once you realize that these fears are irrational, right? A lot of fears you have are irrational. Like, y'all know something crazy? My sister used to be so deathly scared of sharks that she wouldn't take showers because she thought that they would come out of the drain. That's overthinking. And you might laugh at that, but it's like, bro, there's things that are way worse in your life that are irrational fears. You know what I'm saying? But that's just overthinking. That's the human mind, bro. That's the human mind. You overthink stuff. But once you realize, like, and you go out in public, you do something super embarrassing, and then you walk away and realize, wasn't that bad. It's like, really wasn't that bad. Like, I didn't hurt anybody. It's not like I ruined anything. Like, bro, it wasn't that bad. I'm probably not going to see most of these people, and if I do, like, who cares? And let's be real. Most of the time when you see someone do something embarrassing and you laugh, you're laughing because you can relate. Like, that's just how it goes, man. Like, you can relate, and you're laughing because it's like, man, like, I've been there. At least it isn't me, I guess. And you just laugh, and then you walk it off. Like, you probably can't tell me something embarrassing you saw a week ago or 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to understand people don't care about you that much. And I guess once this is, like, embedded into your mind, like, people don't really care. We're all just here. Most people just care about themselves. All people just care about themselves. All people are number one on their priority list. Their list of priorities, they are number one, numero uno, all the time. Once you realize this, you'll realize, who cares what people think? I'm not even on their top million, especially if you're a stranger. But either way, man, life is a maze. You got to backtrack sometimes. You got to take some step backs. Like Harden, bro. He takes a step back because it's a wide open shot. And if y'all seen his new shot, shit looks ridiculous. But I don't know, man. He takes a step back because it's an open shot. He's not stepping towards the basket for an easier shot. He's taking a step back. He's that confident. He's going to take the wide open shot. You got to take a step back sometimes to propel yourself forward and draw the foul. But, man, that's just, I don't know, man. It's just my 2 cents. It's just a spark thought. Don't take it as doctrine. Don't take it as scripture, bro. People say I'm the spawn of Satan. But, man, don't take it as scripture. It's not like I'm preaching a religion out here. I'm just trying to get y'all to think. I don't care what you think. I just want you to think, bro. Spark thought, because all our minds work differently. We all have different perspectives. We're all raised differently. Y'all might get something different from what I say than what I got that I would never even think, and vice versa. We're all just trying to grow and learn from each other. You can get a lot from other people's perspectives, but just don't get perspectives from worldly thinkers, bro. Don't do it, man. It will lead you down a pathway of sorrow or despair. I promise you, man. So yeah, that's my number one thing, man. If you're trying to not care what people think, do something embarrassing every day. And then realize, yo, these fears are irrational. It's like if you got hit by a school bus in an elementary school parking lot, anytime you walk by an elementary school parking lot, you think to yourself, yo, I'm gonna get hit by a bus. Or like, these drivers are crazy, these moms are crazy, they're gonna hit me. Like, you'd be all on edge, you probably avoid it completely. But if you never got hit by a bus, like most of us in an elementary school parking lot, you don't even think twice, you just walk through it. It's like we base the anomaly of something happening, we base it like as a fact, but only in our lives. It's crazy, man, how the human mind works. But either way, man, I'll catch y'all. Oh, there's a bee. But I'll catch y'all, man, on the flippity flop. Whoa.